beautiful baddies. Welcome back to yet another episode of Your Inner Baddie Speaking. Today we're really getting into what your space is like, so where you are living, how you keep that up, and how that really affects your mental health, how that can really play a factor in your journey. And I know for me, I'll dive right into it. When I am depressed, when I am anxious, I procrastinate things. I put things off. I definitely let things slide. It's almost as if like the first things that go for me are putting myself first, taking care of myself. And a big part of that is like keeping up with the chores around the house, or keeping up with laundry, or just keeping up with like general upkeep. And it gets hard, especially because like I have a cat, so it's like it's not just me contributing to this, and it's not just me that I have to be clean for. It's like the two of us, even though she does not contribute, but she does, cats clean themselves, so I guess at least she gives herself a bath. But I mean, I do have to keep it quite tidy. Or at least in my mind, I was just raised in like a very clean environment. My mom was definitely like on schedule with those cleaning chores. Like she got it done and she was not slipping. Me, on the other hand, I definitely slip up, and it gets worse the worse that my like mental health is. And so when I'm in like a depressive episode, or I'm just feeling down on, my energy levels are down, and I will tend to attribute that, if it's for a longer period of time, towards like feeling more depressed rather than just like a sadness that's a fleeting feeling or something along those lines. If I am really down for days and it's starting to get to the point where like leaving the house is hard, or getting out of bed is hard, taking a shower is hard, like basic tasks are hard, I know I'm more depressed. And in the beginning of my journey, obviously I was extremely depressed. Like I was letting things slide, and it was hard to see that chaos sort of reflected from my mind onto where I was living. And it's hard going from, two people taking care of a home to, just yourself. And I don't even live in a big space. Oh, guest appearance by Burry for a very short time. She's already gone. But, I don't even live in a big house. And I say it all the time, like, I don't know how people, like, clean a whole house. Like, a 1-bedroom apartment is enough. I don't want to do more. Obviously I would if I had more space, and I want more space, but cleaning, I don't necessarily want to take that on. But like it's fucking hard to keep up with all of that, and the larger the space you have, the harder it is. And especially when you're going from 2 incomes to 1, you're trying to learn how to like cut back on costs. So like I wasn't about to be hiring a cleaning, person to come in and clean this, because I'm not trying to spend all that money. So to get back to how like my mind reflects my space, when I am in that sort of darker stage, or just, I could even just call it like my levels are just low, or I'm anxious, like I'm really anxious. And I read a quote actually one day that was like, anxiety hates action. And it's so true. It's like every time I take action and I do something that I'm procrastinating on, I'm less anxious. But unfortunately, when I'm feeling anxious, that thought just like does not enter the building. I don't think about, well, if I just do this, I'll feel it. Nope. I'm like, I can't do anything. I'm paralyzed. I don't want to tackle anything. It really truly does feel like that. It feels like all of a sudden I can't tackle anything. I'm just gonna like do nothing. And then it perpetuates the anxiety, unfortunately. And that takes a toll on your space. I mean, think about it. How many times when you're in a bad place or you're feeling anxious that like you don't vacuum, or you don't make the bed, or you don't clean the bathroom, or you don't, throw out the leftovers from the fridge when they need to go, or whatever it may be. That's the stuff that like it adds up, and it can add up quite quickly. And then all of a sudden you're looking around and you're like, fuck. Now it really feels like that anxiety factor of it's too much. And instead of me being in a space where I can tackle all of it, all of a sudden I'm in this space where it's too much to tackle. Like now I've put off, or I haven't been feeling good, and I haven't done all of these things, and now I feel like I don't even know where to start because it's too much. And that can be a very, very heavy feeling, and it's difficult because you kind of know in your head, like logically, if I just, run the dishwasher, or like take the, dishes out of the dishwasher now that they're clean, like something small, and then you kind of get on a roll. But it feels very overwhelming at first to even think about what to take on first, because it's gone so far. And when it gets to that stage, how are you supposed to focus? How are you supposed to, tackle certain parts of your journey? How are you supposed to wake up and be positive if your environment around you is looking like shit? I mean, let's be honest. You don't really look around your place and go, oh, okay, today's gonna be a good day. Or it's going to be easy to tackle the feelings that I'm tackling in therapy. Or it's going to be easy to get over that heartbreak. Or it's going to be easy to do, take care of myself and go to the gym today. Like, none of that stuff is going to feel easy if your environment that you're in is feeling chaotic. And it can be a direct reflection of your mental health, or it can contribute to you feeling like that. Like, I know if I'm not in a dark place, if I'm stressed, like if I'm stressed with, there's like a lot of work going on, a lot of deadlines, I've been out and about, so I haven't been home as much. I know, me personally, that when I'm stressed and when I feel like I have a lack of time, it's harder for me to dedicate time to cleaning my place. It's harder to tidy things up and be more organized and not leave things out, or get to things as quickly as I normally would. And again, that shit adds up. So the less time I have and the more time I'm dedicating to other things, the more stressed I'm getting about not having a clean environment, and the more I'm also not contributing to having a clean environment. And again, so the cycle continues. And I'm sure by now you've spotted the pattern here of, if you do not stay on top of whatever you consider a tidy environment, whatever you consider a clean environment, whatever that means for you. There are different levels to this. Like I said earlier, my mom is a whole few notches more than I am. What I consider clean, she might not. Hopefully she does. But it's just kind of like whatever is your base level, whatever feels good to you, where you look around and you feel at peace because your environment feels clean, organized, tidy. And when you have that, then you can feel like you can tackle the rest of the world, because you don't have to focus on, let's be honest, the adulting portion. Like, you get to take a break from cleaning up after your daily stuff and get to actually go on and tackle the hard shit. And we all know the hard shit, it's hard enough to have to do those bits and pieces. It's hard enough to pick yourself up off the floor. It's hard enough to get over some, big events in your life. It's hard enough to to really just take that next step. It's really hard enough to do all of those things that you have to tackle in life, and you don't want your space to be one of the things that's like holding you back. But it can, and it definitely does for me, and I notice a huge difference. Like, I am sitting on this couch on a Saturday, and I did all my cleaning on Thursday and Friday, so that way I wouldn't have to do anything this weekend except for, like, you know, clean up the dishes after cooking, you know, little things like that. So I didn't have any big overwhelming chores to do on the weekend. And now I feel like the world is my oyster. Like, I can literally do whatever I want because I don't have to worry about those chores. I look around, I feel calm, I feel good because my space feels good. I feel relaxed because I don't have to worry about getting to certain chores, finding time for those things. I can just be at peace. For me, a clean space attributes to that feeling. Just like when I'm not feeling good and my space reflects that, same thing. My space reflects my state of mind. And so if my space is clean, my state of mind feels better. I won't say good because there's other factors obviously in life, like whatever you got going on your journey is going to be more than just having a clean space. I mean, I'm not gonna shy away from that fact. There's other shit that happens in life that can be, you know, more to deal with, but I feel good. I at least feel more capable to tackle those other things because I don't have to tackle anything here. And it does bring me a sense of peace coming home, just looking around. Like, sometimes I'll be at home, I'm chilling, and I'll walk, you know, up to the fridge to go get something, and I just look around and I'm like, to me, a clean space feels like that. It's like a breath in and a long exhale out. It feels good to me. It feels like, as organized as I am, that I see reflected allows me to be more organized in my head, or to be able to tackle that to-do list, or to be able to get to those things, to be able to take care of myself, to be able to pour more love into myself. And loving myself really does, sometimes I don't connect the two, but I really shouldn't disconnect them because they are connected. For me, self-love does show up in the way that I take care of my space. Same thing for potentially you. When you are going through shit feels heavy, your space reflects a lot of that. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like a good breath in, a good breath out. It doesn't feel comforting. It doesn't feel, honestly, it can get to the point where it doesn't even feel like a safe space because you walk in and you're given anxiety by your own space. And that's not what we want. Like, we want you to feel confident. We want you to feel like your baddest self. And sometimes that is doing the grunt work of having a clean space. So that way your mind is clear, and that way you can show up for yourself. It really is a direct reflection of your love. You are taking care of yourself inside and out, so you should also take care of the spaces that you are in. You should take care of your environment. And I remember, like, even growing up, I guess I kind of know a general when this was like a topic when I was a kid, but my mom definitely put a lot of emphasis on your space should be, and I think I've said this on a previous episode, but your space should be your Zen zone. It should make you feel at peace. You should want to return to your home. You should feel good about going home. And that means a lot of things. And sometimes having a clean space to have a clear mind means getting rid of a few extras in that household. It might mean somebody's got to go because they're contributing to a chaotic environment, chaotic mind space, and they are not bringing you zen. They are not bringing you a clear head. So more on to just having a clear space in terms of cleaning it, you might have a little too much going on at home. And it might be time to start evaluating what really brings you peace in your home, because it is so right. You should want to go home. Like, even when I travel and I do all of this, and yes, especially the trips I've taken in the last 2 years, I pretty much contemplate moving every time I visit somewhere. But in reality, I am still happy to come home. And I think a big part of that is having my cat. Like, having Cadbury at home and knowing that she's gonna be there, and I get this, excited, someone's excited for me to come home, and I'm also excited for cuddles and for just having those sweet moments together and having those memories together, because she really truly is like the love of my life. I love her so much. She's currently in her trash box right now, and I call it trash box because I filled it with like paper bags and like all this stuff that I would throw out, and she is thriving in it. But that aside, it is good to have someone, of course, or something, having a pet at home that's excited to see you, that draws you home. But just being excited to go home, like, I love my apartment, I love my view, I love coming home to a clean space. Like, I literally will clean my apartment before I go away. So when I come home, I got fresh sheets, I got a clean bathroom, I got clean kitchen counters, my fridge is clean, like, the hair has been vacuumed up, even though depending on the time I've been gone, Burry has done enough shedding for the two of us, so it definitely needs a vacuum again. But for the most part, like, my place is clean when I come home. So all I gotta do is unpack and breathe in, breathe out, and whew, it feels good to be home. But you should want to go home. And if your place isn't peaceful, or you're going back to a mess, or that like there's shit you're avoiding there, you don't want to go home. It's as simple as that. You don't want to go home. And who would blame you, right? Like, who would blame you that you don't want to go home to a chaotic, non-peaceful environment? I mean, I wouldn't want to go back to that. Like, sometimes I go over to friends' places and I'm like, ooh, I am glad I'm going back to my place, because my place makes me feel a little less chaotic than this. But hey, we all operate on different levels, and that's why I'm saying get to your level of clean. Get to your level of clean. But you really got to make a space for yourself that feels zenned out, feels calm, feels peaceful, both in terms of who's in it and what's in it. Is it clean? Is somebody else not clean? And that's a hard one, because I have never lived with a man that has been super clean. Just put it at that. That's a discussion we could go on for a hell of a long time. But we're here for your journey, not somebody else's. But it's hard. Like, obviously, if you share a household, you just got to make sure that things are good enough, and your partner should understand that for you, depending on where you're at, you need a cleaner environment, or you just need things to be clean so you can feel clear-headed. And I don't think that's too much of an ask. Your space heavily impacts your state of mind, and vice versa. And how can you be that confident, badass self of yours if you feel like you're in a tornado when you're at home? You're just not gonna, first of all, you're not gonna be able to find that fucking outfit you want to wear, that you want to leave the house in. I mean, it's probably buried somewhere, or it's still in the laundry basket. We don't want that. We want you to find what you feel confident in, rock it, go. We want your, gonna put on your face, put on some makeup to go out if you want to, or if you feel your badass self in your natural state, go with it, girl. Like, or whatever it is for you. It is hard to do when it is chaos at home. It is harder to be confident and have your head held high when you're anxious about the state of your home, or you feel like you can't tackle things because you're paralyzed by the state of your house, because it is not peaceful. It is not something you want to return to. It is not something bringing you comfort. So you got to change it. You got to change it. It is easier to have that clear head, and it's easier to feel confident when your space is how it should be, when your mind can be how it should be. You got to show up for yourself, but you also have to show up for your spaces that you're in. You really do have to look around and understand that loving yourself means loving your space. It means taking care of your space just like you would take care of you. And you want that, right? We want to pour love into our lives, and it doesn't just mean your body. It doesn't just mean, I suppose it kind of goes hand in hand with your mental states, not just your mind, but your mind does reflect where you are. Imagine if I was sitting in a space, I got shit everywhere, you could just see the mess. Probably wouldn't even want to watch this. You might watch for like the fun factor of like, hey, I feel better about my life because I got my shit together more than this woman on a podcast. But definitely it wouldn't be as appealing, I'll tell you that. It's just something that you gotta do to love yourself. And I will stand on this, just like my mom gave me that advice when I was younger. Your place should feel like your Zen zone. So take a look around, look at the space that you live in, and really do like a check there. Do you feel like it's your Zen zone? Do you feel at peace? Do you feel calm? Do you feel good? If not, something we want to work on. And that's all part of this journey. And it sucks, the adulting factor of it. God, I just wish there was like a week that I could go by without having to do dishes, cook, clean, freaking make my bed, swap the sheets, clean up after my cat. Hell, she vomited on my pillow this week. That was not fun to clean up. But again, if I didn't do it, I would feel so nasty. Like I would not feel good in this place. So do what you gotta do. Look around, see if your space is hindering your journey right now. See if it's hindering your state of mind, and really reflect on, okay, what's something small that I can start to tackle this? What is something small? And maybe the trick to this is invite your friends over as an excuse that you will have to clean. You got a deadline. They're coming over. You don't want them to see it like this. If you're going to show yourself some love and you need a little extra pressure, invite some people over, because I guarantee you that'll help. That'll definitely help. I always want my space a little bit cleaner when people are coming over than when it's just me, because when it's just me, at least I can kind of like look away a little bit. They're not going to say anything, hopefully, but they're definitely going to notice. So look around, do what you have to do to kind of get your space to be as clean as you need to function in a way that makes you clear-headed. Because I guarantee you, when you look around, your space feels good, you will automatically feel a little bit better. And that's what we want, just a little bit better every fucking time you tackle something. Because it's all about the journey, all about those little things. They stack up, they add up, and they add to the love that you're giving to yourself. So give yourself some more love, take a look at your space. And with that, say it with me, I'm a fucking baddie. All right. Love you guys till next time.